Welcome back to Investing Talk Podcast. Today, we're going to be tackling a company that's been making some serious waves in the market. Nauticus Robotics, ticker symbol KITT. Now they specialize in ocean robotics, particularly these autonomous underwater vehicles. Think kind of like robots exploring the depths of the ocean.
Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff.
It is cool stuff. And KITT's stock has been on a wild ride recently, with these massive swings and gains. I mean, gains that would make your head spin.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking over 138% gain in early January alone.
It's been a crazy ride for sure.
So is this a hidden gem that's about to explode, or is this a speculative bubble that's ready to burst? That's what we're here to figure out.
Well, and what makes it even more interesting is the backdrop of the broader market right now. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, they've been experiencing their own share of volatility, which really adds another layer of complexity to KITT's performance.
Right. It's like trying to read tea leaves in a hurricane.
Yeah.
But luckily, we got a stack of sources here to help us navigate this. We've got analyst predictions, news reports, financial filings, the works. So to kick things off, why don't we zoom in on KITT's recent performance? Because those numbers are hard to ignore.
Yeah, absolutely. The stock has been anything but boring. Just on December 31st, we saw a 60% surge. And then if you look at January 3rd, the stock price swung between $1.51 and $3.95 within a single trading day. I mean, that kind of volatility is a huge signal telling us that there's some intense investor interest and probably some speculation fueling the fire.
Yeah, it's like everybody's trying to jump on this KITT train before it leaves the station.
Okay.
But no one's quite sure where it's headed. And that massive trading volume we're seeing, way above average, definitely backs up that idea of a frenzy. But here's the thing. While the stock price is grabbing headlines, Nauticus Robotics' financial picture is a bit more, let's say, nuanced.
Yeah, nuanced is a good word. While there's definitely excitement around their potential, they're facing some financial headwinds. Their debt load sits at a hefty $47.5 million, and their current ratio, which gives us a glimpse into their short-term liquidity, is at a rather low 0.56.
And to add to that, their revenue for Q3 2024 was only $0.4 million, which is actually down from previous periods. Not exactly inspiring confidence, is it?
It does raise some red flags, but before we jump to conclusions, it's important to acknowledge that they are generating revenue now, and it's coming from their Aquanaut Mark II vehicle. This marks their first commercial revenue stream, which is a significant milestone.
Okay, so it's not all doom and gloom. It seems like they're taking steps in the right direction. And they're not just sitting on their hands either. They're actively securing contracts, like their recent collaboration with Shell in the Gulf of Mexico. Plus, they just wrapped up successful deep water trials for the Aquanaut Mark II, which is a big win in terms of proving their technology.
Yeah, for sure. And let's not forget the lifeline they received from Nasdaq, an extension to regain compliance with listing standards. That should alleviate some of the delisting concerns that were swirling around.
So it's a mixed bag, right? On one hand, you've got these legitimate financial concerns, but on the other, they're operating in this incredibly exciting and rapidly growing sector, robotics and AI. I mean, who doesn't love robots?
Exactly. And that's where things get really interesting. You have this tension between KITT's financial reality and the potential of the market they're operating in. So the question becomes, what are the experts saying? Are they leaning more towards optimism or caution?
Well, it's a bit of a tug of war. As you might expect, some analysts are incredibly bullish on KITT. They see them as like a major player in the future of underwater robotics. They believe that the company is well positioned to really capitalize on the growth of this burgeoning sector and that their technology gives them a competitive edge. Yeah, it's easy to get swept up in that excitement, especially with all the buzz around AI and automation these days.
Yeah.
But we also have to remember that potential doesn't always translate to profits.
Right. That's the crucial point. There's a whole other group of analysts who are more cautious, and their concerns are rooted in KITT's financials. That debt load, the low current ratio, and the recent dip in revenue are hard to ignore. They see KITT as a risky bet, at least in the short term.
So we've got this clash of perspectives, the optimist betting on the future, and the pragmatist focused on the present. And then you throw in something like the fear and greed index, which currently points towards fear. Yet some analysts still see KITT as undervalued and recommend buying. Talk about mixed signals. It's enough to make your head spin.
Yeah, it definitely highlights the complexity of the situation. There's no simple answer here. So to get a clearer picture, why don't we shift gears and dive into the technical analysis? Don't worry, I'll keep it jargon-free.
Okay, great. Because sometimes those technical indicators can feel like a secret code. Where should we start?
Well, let's start with the 50-day and 200-day moving averages. You can think of these as like trend lines that show the average price of a stock over a specific period. For KITT, the 50-day moving average is currently sitting at $1.21, while the 200-day is at $3.77. What's interesting is that KITT's current price is above both of those averages.
Oh, what does that tell us? Is it a good sign?
Generally, when a stock is trading above its moving averages, it's seen as a bullish signal. It suggests that the stock has upward momentum and that buyers are in control. But, and this is big but, we also need to consider other indicators to get the full story.
Okay, so it's not a guarantee of future success. What other indicators should we be looking at?
Well, the RSI, or Relative Strength Index, is a great one. It measures the magnitude of recent price changes to tell us if a stock is overbought or oversold. Right now, KITT's 14-day RSI is sitting at 81.81.
Wow, 81.81. That seems really high. The cause for concern?
It's definitely something to pay attention to. An RSI above 70 is generally considered overbought territory. It doesn't necessarily mean the price will drop immediately, but it does suggest that the stock might be due for a pullback or a correction. Think of it like a rubber band being stretched too far. Eventually, it needs to snap back a bit.
So it's more of a yellow light than a red light, like proceed with caution.
Exactly. It's a signal that the current pace of growth might not be sustainable in the short term. Now let's add another piece to the puzzle. The MACD, or Moving Average Convergence Divergence. This is a momentum indicator that helps us identify potential buying and selling opportunities.
So is the MACD giving us a buy or sell signal for KITT?
Currently, the MACD is showing a positive trend for KITT, with a value of 0.1557. This reinforces the idea that the buying pressure is still strong, and that the upward momentum could continue. But we can't ignore the elephant in the room: volatility.
Ah, yes, that wild ride we talked about earlier. How do we measure that from a technical standpoint?
Well, Bollinger Bands are a great tool for visualizing volatility. They basically create a band around the stock's price. And the wider the band, the more volatile the stock. And guess what? KITT's Bollinger Bands are telling us to buckle up, because this ride could get even wilder.
Okay, so prepare for some twists and turns. So we've got the moving averages and the MACD suggesting upward momentum, but then we have the RSI and Bollinger Bands flashing these warning signs about potential overbought conditions and high volatility.
Yeah, it's like we're getting mixed messages from the market. How should our listeners make sense of all this information?
Right, that's the million-dollar question. We've thrown a lot of data and technical terms at them. What's the key takeaway here? What does it all mean for someone considering KITT as an investment?
Well, I think after looking at all this data, it's safe to say KITT is a high-risk, high-reward kind of play. Yeah, there's definitely the potential for huge gains if the company can execute on its ambitious plans. And if the robotics and AI sector continues to boom the way many experts are predicting. Yeah, that's the crux of it, isn't it? It's a classic case of weighing potential against uncertainty.
Right.
On the one hand, KITT is operating in a sector that's poised for explosive growth. We're talking about the future of underwater exploration, resource management, and who knows what else.
Yeah.
But their current financial situation does raise some valid concerns.
It's like they're standing on the edge of a gold mine, but they're still figuring out how to get the gold out.
Precisely. And that's what makes KITT such a fascinating case study for investors. It's not a clear-cut decision. There's no magic formula to tell you whether to buy, sell, or hold.
So how should our listeners approach a situation like this? What questions should they be asking themselves?
Well, first and foremost, they need to honestly assess their own risk tolerance. Are they comfortable with the volatility that comes with a stock like KITT? Are they looking for short-term gains, or are they willing to ride out the ups and downs for a potentially bigger payoff down the road?
That's a great point. It's easy to get caught up in the hype, but it's crucial to remember that investing isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It requires patience, research, and a clear understanding of your own financial goals.
Absolutely. And in KITT's case, I think the next few earnings reports will be crucial. Investors will be looking for signs of progress, both in terms of revenue growth and their ability to manage that debt load.
So it's a wait-and-see approach for now. Keep a close eye on those financials and see if they can deliver on that promise.
That's my take on it. But ultimately, the decision is up to each individual investor. There's no right or wrong answer. It all comes down to your personal investment strategy and how much risk you're willing to stomach.
Well said. I think that's a great note to end on. We've covered a lot of ground today, from KITT's roller coaster stock performance to its financial health and the technical indicators. Hopefully this episode has given you a better understanding of the complexities involved and some food for thought as you make your own investment decisions.
You got it. And remember, investing is a journey, not a destination. It's all about continuous learning, adapting, and making informed choices that align with your financial goals.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for joining us today on Investing Talk Podcast. We hope you found this episode insightful and informative. And if you enjoyed this episode, please do us a favor and subscribe to Investing Talk Podcast. Share it with your friends and leave a comment telling us what you thought. We love hearing from our listeners. Until next time, happy investing.